So today I have another thing that was sent to me in the mail by a Chinese company. It is another portable jump starter for a car. Use it for anything. I guess it takes a 12-volt battery. They sent it to me for free. You know, want me to do a quick little review about it, kind of like my other ones. So let's open it up, check it out, and see how it compares to my previous jump starters that I have tested. So it is called the JF.Egwo. Right off the bat, I don't love the name. Gotta stick with something that's easy to pronounce and easy to say, like Sony, Sanyo, or whatever. But let's open it up and see what's inside. I got the little instruction manual. That'll probably come in handy because usually these things will automatically shut off when they detect low enough voltage, so it doesn't let you actually jump start a lot of things. So you got to know how to put them into override. I'm not sure whether or not this one has that, but we'll check that out in a little bit. They package it in this nice, air bubble container so it doesn't get damaged, coming from Shenzhen, China, or wherever it comes from. And it's not light, it's not super heavy, but it does have decent weight to it, so that leads me to believe that there's a decent battery in there. This is a jump starter with a built-in air compressor, which is pretty cool. It's got a flashlight as well. You can also use it to charge USB items, cell phones, things like that. On the back is where you have the hose for the air compressor. So there's that. This is sweet. So it comes with a bag. I don't know if you can see this. I mean, it looks kind of like a purse, but this is great because another jump starter that I have and made a review about didn't come with anything. So you got to kind of have it loose, which is, kind of a pain. This is very nice to keep this all together in one spot. It's even got a spare pocket zipper right here. See, nothing in there. I guess you could put, the instruction manual in there or whatever. We've got 4 nozzle attachments. I'm assuming one's for like a bicycle pump. So this is for just air. You could fill up like an inflatable boat or raft or something like that with that one. Bike pump. No, that's not the bike pump. That's the for like a basketball or a football, soccer ball. So we've got this charger. The only thing I don't like about this is you have to have this charger to charge it, or the other supplied 12 volt you can plug into a car, which is nice. You can charge it with your car, so don't lose these, because if you lose this, then you got to find another charger with the right tip and everything and the same amount of amperage and voltage. The thing I like about some of the newer jump starters is they can be charged with a USB Type-C, and they have Type-C capability. So the port is for charging and for power out. It's a nice little added feature, but at the end of the day, what you really want is jump starting power. So let's see if it has it. We have the cables right here. Let's see. I don't know what gauge. Oh, here we go. 8 gauge, 200 degrees Celsius. So that's pretty hot, and the gauges are right. Could go a little thicker, but if it works, it works. These are nice and springy. That hurts. This is going hard. It's like nice copper right there, so that should make a good connection. I wonder if this has any. Oh, here we go. Boost. I'm assuming that's what you got to press to kind of put this into override or boost mode. Anything else in here? Oh, there we go. I guess this is the actual. This is what you can use for a car tire, Schrader valve. I'm assuming this goes into here, and then that allows you to go onto a Presto valve. This thing claims 3,400 amps. That's actually pretty good for a jump starter. Here's another jump starter I have. This states 2,500 amp hours, 2,500 amps. This is a pretty decent jump starter. This one, the Erie Hup, claims 2,000 amps. I couldn't get this thing to start Mini Cooper with a weak battery. So the Erie Hub, 2,000 amps, 2,500. This claims 3,400. So this is supposed to be 900 amps more of power for starting. So let's test it out and see. So I think what I'm gonna do first is test this out and see if it can start a car by itself without the battery in the car. That's like the true test, like how powerful is this thing? Being that it states 3,400 amps, it should be able to do that. I'm gonna try it out on my girlfriend's Toyota Camry. It's like a little 2.4 liter 4-cylinder or something like that. So let's try it out on that. I'm gonna disconnect the battery from her car, plug this in. I'll probably have to use the boost feature. Again, this one has built-in air compressor, so we're gonna try that. We're gonna test that out too. We're gonna test out and see how long it takes to inflate a car tire. All right, I did charge this thing up to 100%. We'll give it the best chance. Pop up this little port right here. Plug this in here. It's already showing that it's got power. I haven't powered this device on yet, but let's hook up positive to the positive cable, negative to the negative cable, and let's see if this thing will start. Green. So let's see if that actually, you don't need to power this on. Let me get the keys. Disconnect that real quick. And that. So actually it started up very easily. She actually has a weak battery. She's replaced it, so it has a little bit of an issue starting it. This thing started up second, no problem. So far, check. It's still saying 100% too, right there, so that's pretty good. 2 starts of a car without the help of even the car's battery, just this thing by itself. That's pretty good. This is 2.5, I'm assuming it's a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder. Pretty small engine. I have a Dodge Charger, that's a V8 5.7. Let's take the battery out of that and see if it'll jumpstart that without the battery. Battery is in this thing. It's under the hood or in the trunk. Yeah, battery's in the trunk, so we're gonna have to turn it around. All right, it's the next day because I had to take a little break. I had to go for a dirt bike ride. But let's check out this battery, see what it's like. Obviously a bunch of crap in here. Okay. I'm assuming this is a 10mm too. So I'll disconnect both of these, plug in the jump starter, and see if it can start a V8 by itself. Let's plug this in. We are at, kind of hard to see in the sun. It says it's 100% though. I don't know if the sun keeps doing that, but 100%. So let's hook up these first. We've got the negativo, positivo, plug it into the port here. That's gonna fall on me. Alright, car is lit up, let's see if it starts. Alright, so this thing had no problem starting the 5.7 liter V8. I don't think any more battery testing is required with this thing. I passed the test. If it can start a V8 with no battery at all, just this, it's great for jump starting. Now I want to test the compressor part and see how long it takes. Usually these little compressors do take a long time to pump up a tire, but in a pinch they can come in handy. let me get something. I guess I'll deflate a car tire and see how long it takes to reinflate it. See if it can reinflate a full car tire with this thing. Okay, now I'm gonna test and see how long this thing takes to pump up a full tire. This takes 35 PSI, so let's take all the air out and see if this thing can fill it up completely. It does say right here, the over temperature control protects the unit from overheating during inflation. These little pistons for the inflators, they get really hot, so it might shut off, especially with filling a tire from empty. But it's got 100% still, so let's see if it can completely fill a tire up. So let's put the core back in. I don't know if this screws in directly. It does, but I don't know if that's made to work like that or if it has to go to this and then with this chuck on it. Let's see if it does it like this. So it's powered on 100%. We'll set this PSI gauge to 35 and let's go. Still sync. There we go. Shut off. 35. That was only a few minutes. This thing did a great job. I've had inflators that I've bought off Amazon that are just to inflate. You know, they get the little lithium-ion battery, and this thing did a great job. This thing almost did as good of a job as my my rigid 18-volt inflator. I'll put a timestamp right here as to how long it actually took to go from 0 to 35. But this thing did a really good job. Let's see if this is hot. It's a little hot, not too bad, but. So I am very impressed with this thing. It passed both tests with flying colors. It's able to jumpstart a V8 engine by itself, no weak battery, dead battery, just by itself. That's the amazing power of lithium ion. They're just great. Yeah, this thing did a great job. And the pricing, so right now on Amazon, this is going for 150 bucks, which is not bad when you compare it to what I thought before was a really good jump starter, which still is. This Locathor, it only jump starts. It's only got a 2500 amp hour, no, 2500 amps of starting power. This is just for jump starting, and it's a little weaker than this. It's got a few other, bells and whistles that this thing doesn't have. It's a little more modern. It's got the digital display and this and that, but this does a better job for 10 bucks more. This is 140 right now, and when I use this thing, when I jump start it once, the battery goes down. It goes down pretty quickly. This thing, after jump starting it, it's still set 100%. After jump starting and then inflating a tire completely, it still says it has 75%. Let's check it right now. What does this say? Now it says 100. It had time to kind of like recharge itself. I don't think it's 100 obviously, but somewhere between 75 and 100. So this thing is great. I would definitely recommend this for 150 bucks. It's got great jump starting power. It can refill tires. You can also use it as a battery bank. You've got the 1 amp output, the 2 amp output. It's got 2 bright lights. Let's see. I don't know if you can see how bright that is right now because I got all these lights on. Let me shut this off just real quick so you can kind of see. So I don't know if you can see, it's light outside so you can't see, but it is a decently bright light. 2 little LEDs, so not bad right there. You just hold the power down a few seconds, shuts on and off. So yeah, I jump started a car, I filled up a tire. I don't need to do any more testing because it did a great job with both. So I will post a link in the description if you want to buy this. The company sent me this for free. Thank you very much. This is a cool product. This will definitely come in handy. I'm gonna keep this in my truck. I used to keep this in my truck, which is still a good jump starter. I didn't get to send this for free. I bought this because I saw a video review online of a couple of jump starters from Project Farm. And this one seemed pretty good for the price, but I might give this to, you know, a parent or something like that, or girlfriend's car. I don't know if she'd know how to use it, but this is gonna go in my truck. This thing is good. This company, Erie Hub, they sent me this thing for free. Wasn't that great, to be honest, you know? So not that good. But the only thing I will say about this jump starter that I would change, doesn't take away from the quality and, you know, what it can do. I don't know how it's gonna last long term, but the name, it's jf.egwo, jf.egwo. Again, I would go with a better, decent name. You know, you've got Gulu, which is not a great name, but it's easier to remember than jf.egwo. Erie Hub, not a great name. Not a good name. Locathor. Locathor sounds like Loki and Thor. That's a better name. They're all Chinese. They're all from Chinese companies, I would assume. This is the jf.egwo model CS02. If you want to go now, buy this on Amazon. Buy this on Amazon. I highly recommend it. You won't be let down. This is a great product, and thank you again for saying to me, and thank you guys for watching. Any questions or anything, leave in the comments. And yeah, thank you for watching.